International Day of Rural Women is observed annually on October 15th. It is a time to highlight rural women and the many contributions that they have done for Jamaica, securing the food basket, empowering families and communities. Also, it is a time to look on some of the challenges that rural women face and to put solutions to the same.
The Bureau of Gender Affairs, through the ministry, engaged in a number of activities in recognition of rural women in farming.
One such thing was a needs assessment to ascertain what are some of the challenges that rural women are experiencing with primary information and data, not just anecdotal reference, for us to better able to put programs, policies, and plans in place to empower our rural women and girls. We saw many common trends throughout. We went to most of the parishes across Jamaica, Savlamar, Trelawney, St. Elizabeth, St. Thomas, and what rural farmers were saying that many of them think that gender inequality still exists as it relates to farming, because when they go to the financial institutions, they don't think that they are taken seriously. They don't think that female farmers' voices and concerns matter because they're not a man. They don't think that they can do the heavy work and that they cannot manage money and they cannot grow their businesses, as well as the high profit margins, because farming is seen as not predictable. So the policies that the banks and the financial institutions have in place do not meet their needs specifically.
Janice Davis has been farming for 15 years. She says she would often step in to help fellow farmers in her community, but she's often the last resort.
A lot of them want to start, and even if they think they would borrow, is mostly the cash cows, those small business loan people, and paying back weekly, and at that interest rate, them usually stop by the way, never get to reach anywhere, because you have to keep paying back and not getting from what you start, where you borrow the money for.
Charlene Griffiths has been farming for almost 20 years.
Buy the 25 chickens, I have to buy the sawdust, and then I would calculate how much it would take me to raise the 25 chicken for the 6 week. So normally I remember I used to buy like 5 bag, because you want them well fed. You don't want them underfed, because if them underfed, you now get the weight what you really want. So I used to buy I buy the 25, I buy like 5 bag of feeding thread in our 2 half a drum plastic drums, because you have to put them so they're safe and keep warm that day. Because if them get wet, you know it mildew and can't do the chicken in that. So I normally used to do that, and then now feed them for the 6 weeks. And then they come beautiful and bulky. So I used to get like a 6-pound chicken, 5-pound chicken. So you know, so them well fed. When you think about it, sometimes I only can buy about the chicken. But when it comes to the feeding, I have to be pondering and wondering how to get the money to buy the feeding. So sometimes I would borrow the money to suffice to buy the feeding. So now when I borrow the money, when I sell back the chicken, that money has to be going back out in the borrowing, pay back the borrowing. So I already can see the increase that I would want as a single mother, as I said, because you see, by the time you borrow for put back that, buy that feeding, if you give back that, and if you might find something out of that, you can already find back the money. You may find a little, and you really have to do the maths well to buy back that chicken. And when you buy that chicken, you have to go back again and say, my God, thinking you have another borrowing session to suffice them while growing up. You understand? That's the challenge I am having currently right now.
Access to information. They don't think that information is readily available to them, as well as stereotypes. They think that because farmers are not pretty and they don't dress a specific way and they don't look a specific way, when they go to the financial institutions, they are stereotyped and they're looked down on, instead of being encouraged and supported in the manner that they should in order to grow their businesses.
Exactly so. So there's nowhere for you to go. Rather, might help but a lot of people don't know radar's function.
Another thing that affects most of them is climate change and putting new climate smart technologies in place.
We have challenges left, right, and center. And even when we start, water is a big problem. Also, a lot of places don't have running water. You can't use NWC water for farming because that costs too much. So even some drums are a little pond, but the pond line is very expensive. And you, if rather even have pond line, you're not going to get it. Yeah. Specialize. So there's challenge there.
Well, I would like the help in the sense to say if I could receive some layers, because I see where I would make the money more on the layers. Because, as I said before, the layer can suffice its own self. You understand? Because basically, yes, you have to clean the coop like you do with the white chicken. You have to give them the dry sawdust and you have to give them the mineral in the whatever I told you before. And they will suffice themselves as long as they have the feeding to feed them straight through. You understand? So basically, I want to increase more in the layer. Not that I don't want to raise the white chicken, but the white fowl is like, you tend to more lose.
Despite the challenges, the two ladies are passionate about their careers.
You can make money from it. My advice, you have to do your market research. You have to specialize. Not doing 4, 5, 6 crops. Choose 1 or 2. You have to get a market. Like for instance, you have to find some company or person who need what you're going to plant and see if you can get an agreement with them, some kind of contract. Everything that I buy, every laborer that I pay, I write down everything. You have to keep record. If you don't keep record, you don't know whether you're going or coming. And you don't know if you are to stop doing this or go ahead with it.
Why I continue, basically, I love farming. And I just don't love chicken alone. I do crops. I love farming because I plant my yam, cocoa. Right now I have sweet potato, yam, cane, cocoa. I use it called dashing. I plant my plantains because I love plantains. So I have plantains and bananas and...
You produce enough to feed your own house, is it?
Yes. And I give away. That's what I do. I plant and I give away. Because basically this morning I went to my field before I came here. So I went and I planted some potato slips. I manure them with some fall down. And I weed some bush and I clean up my bananas and plantains and plant some corns. Yes, so basically I love farming and a whole.